When I first heard the term ableism, I had to keep Googling it like the first couple of times because I couldn't remember if it was a good thing or a bad thing. Like I kept thinking, does it mean I see the ability in a student? Which is kind of gross. And so if it's a newer term to you, I hope that I'm saving you some Googling. It's discrimination, like any other ism, like sexism and racism and classism. It's discrimination against one group of people in favor of another group of people. So this discrimination, social prejudice against people with disabilities based on the belief that typical abilities are superior. Sometimes I need to say that like 5 times because I think that that is such a mindset shift to say that typical abilities are superior is discrimination. That can be radical thinking for some individuals. I know that myself, my colleagues, we don't find any of this easy. Like when I say I'm trying to be anti-ableist, it's more than just being a desire. You're working against like your beliefs, your actions, like systems you've been raised in your whole life and challenging that thinking. This is rooted in this assumption that individuals need to be fixed, and it kind of classifies groups of people as less than. And what we do without even thinking about this is we take environments, our instruction, our behavioral expectations, our learning expectations, they're all designed with a neurotypical individual in mind. And then when you get a neurodivergent student who can't fit, can't assimilate, we blame that student. So this really basic example I see in schools all the time is this idea of whole body listening. And I have to be really careful when I present this because almost every time I'm talking to somebody who's like, I'm doing that. And that's where that being comfortable with discomfort piece like has to come in. You have to be able to be like, oh my gosh, I did that. I don't think I understood why that might be an ableist practice, and then be okay with reflecting and making changes. So this whole body listening is this idea that ready to learn means your eyes are on the speaker, that your mouth is shut, your ears are listening, your hands are still, and your feet are still. And that might not be how all kids do learn. I have had enough students who I work with who have had the self-advocacy skills to say, I can look at you or I can listen to you. I can't do both. Like I feel like they were telling me, which one do you want? I can give you one of those. And of course, I don't need students looking at me if they can't then take in and really be engaged in the discussion or the activity that we're doing. So this is an idea where we've built it around what we think neurotypical students look like when they're ready to learn. We've set this standard for all, and when groups of other students can't fit into them, we blame them. I've worked with other students whose bodies cannot be still no matter what. They can be escalated, they can be happy, they can be calm. It's like something's always moving. And if we were to force them to use all of their like cognitive